Hey, it's just me. It's time for another mukbang. I think it's keto style. Hopefully it is. Anyway, I've got 3 pieces of Oscar Mayer bologna, and I think it's 80 calories. I don't think there's really any carbs in it. Maybe one. I don't know. I have to look it up. And I got my tomatoes, and I got Swiss cheese that's melted on the top. The Swiss cheese, the calorie count is 110 for that per slice, and I got 2 slices. Anyway, I nuked my bologna so I could melt the cheese on the top. And look, I guess I didn't nuke it long enough. So, and you know, they're making the bologna better now where it doesn't have the nitrates and all the yucky stuff in it, you know, like it did before. Anyway, I got me a bologna taco. Well, I think I will tell you another skipping school story. I just dropped the remote to the TV. Got kids shows on, as usual. It's a hippie hop show. Oh, where did my remote go? Ugh. Here it is. Here it is. Got put off to the side. Anyway, I used to live in the country on a cattle ranch when I was a kid. And town was pretty far away, and school was pretty far away. I'd get on the school bus in the morning when I was in high school. Didn't do this in middle school. I didn't skip school in middle school. Well, I kind of did because I hid out in the bathroom all day because I didn't want to be in school. So that's kind of skipping school. Oh, my shirt's... I'm having clothing issues today. Anyway, I didn't want to go to school the one day because they were having some kind of, I don't remember what it was, but I got on a school bus, rode to school, got off the school bus, checked into homeroom. Oh, sounds like somebody's in our house, but nobody's in here. Alright, checked into homeroom. You know, that's where they do the count. And the bell rang to go to first class. I didn't want to go to first class, so I walked out the door. And when I walked out the door, there were some other kids walking out the door too, but I don't know if they were skipping or what they were doing, but I walked out the door. And it was cold outside. It seems like I skip school a lot in the wintertime. And so I walked around town. I knew my way around by now because this was after I had escaped with the other kids in school. And now I figured it out, so I knew where to go. So I went down to the square. I'm in Medina, Ohio. And I sat on the gazebo. They used to have this beautiful gazebo. It was old-fashioned gazebo there. So I went over there and sat on the gazebo for a while. It's cold and I'm freezing. I'm beginning to wonder if skipping school is really a good idea. And then these like hippie type of people. Now we're talking about like in the 70s, 1970 something. About 77, 78, something like that. Now these hippie type people started to walk by. And I was just sitting there and they came right up to me. And they asked me, did I want to smoke a joint? Never smoked a joint before. I knew what cigarettes were because my grandpa used to smoke Pall Malls or Pall Malls. I don't know how you say it. They're like the no filter cigarette. So I'm like, yeah. So I went with these people to what they call a head shop. It was a secret place, though. It was a store where this guy had like incense and posters and stuff like that. Because back in the day, you know, pot was illegal too. Anyway, so went to the head shop and they had incense. It was kind of like Spencer Gifts. If anybody knows what Spencer Gifts is. They had like a lot of tie-dye shirts and posters and stuff like that. When I walked in there, I'm going like, wow, I just, you know, it's like so awesome. So my newfound friend and myself and the store owner and his girl went into the back room and these guys lit up a joint. And I'm like, gee, this doesn't, you know, I'm stupid. Like, I'm a kid, I'm stupid. I don't know about this stuff. So I'm like, hey, my grandpa smokes cigarettes that don't have filters on either. That's what I said to these people, and they're looking at me like, what? So, they're passing the joint, you know, puff, puff, pass, pass, you know, puff, puff, pass. And it was my turn. Never smoked a cigarette before. Never smoked a joint before. So I'm like, actually holding it like a cigarette good. I'm just holding the smoke in my mouth a little bit. And I accidentally inhaled it. Cough, 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 cough. I thought I was going to lay on the floor and cough to death. And they're all laughing at me like Cheech and Chong. You don't get off till you cough. Hurt, hurt, hurt. And I'm like, oh my God. I had no idea. No idea. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. So then I left my newfound friends and went back to the gazebo to sit for a few minutes. And now my thought pattern in my head is a little bit different. I'm hungry. I think I got a contact about this because I had munchies all of a sudden. And, yeah, I'm mowing on this bologna and cheese. Anyway, so I had the munchies all of a sudden, and I'm thinking, what would be good, you know? And I actually had $5 because this was like on a Monday, and I got $5 a week for my school lunches. And if I wanted to pack my lunch, I could keep my $5 and go spend it on a Friday night. Because that's when my grandparents went into town to go shopping. They'd give me another $5. So I'd have $10. I could go shopping at Woolworths or Grant's or somewhere like that back in the day. Anyway, I had $5 in my pocket. And I remember walking by an Italian restaurant. And the smell that was coming out of it was, oh my God, it smells so good. So I went into this restaurant and I ordered a meatball sub. Delicious, delicious. Had enough money for that, yeah. And asked me, did I want a beer? I'm like, damn, they're asking me if I want a beer. Sure, why not, you know? So they give me a beer, pay for the sub, you know, sit there and eat it and everything. And then somebody came in there that I knew. I couldn't get away with shit when I was a kid. Anyway, my friend came in there and she goes, how come you're not in school? But all of a sudden, I'm like, I was just paralyzed with fear. Because the people that, the restaurant owners, this is like a really small place. There's only like 12 little tables in there. I heard this, and they came up to me, how old are you? I didn't even say. And they said, well, you know we can get in trouble serving you alcohol. Why did you order alcohol? And I'm like thinking to myself, well, you gave it to me. You asked me if I wanted, I just said yeah. But anyway, I didn't even drink it though, because I had a Coke. So, no harm done there. So that was embarrassing, to say the least. And then I decided to walk over to the black section of town. Yeah. Because my friend Carmen, I found out she was skipping school. So Carmen was over there, a bunch of my friends, and Carmen's brother Kenny. Bad mistake. Really bad mistake. So, went over there and we were in the bar, the black bar. See, our town wasn't really so much segregated, but different people hung out in different places. And the black people hung out at this bar and up and down these like little, I don't know, like 4 or 5 blocks. That's where the black people lived. And I liked the music back then. I liked to listen to Parliament and Earth, Wind and Fire and what's another one? Average White Band. They were my favorite. So we met up with Carmen and her brother and a couple other people. Went inside the bar. And they're buying Carmen beer and her brother. And buying me beer, but I'm not drinking it because I wanted a Coke or a Pepsi. But they weren't buying it. And the song Atomic Dog came on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my jam. So I'm getting up dancing to Atomic Dog, and all these people are like dancing up there too. It was like hella fun that day. Till it was time to go back to school. We were like booking it back to school, and guess who fell down in mud? And when I fell down in mud, Carmen's brother Kenny rolled me around in the mud, and I had like a tan colored pants on, a light colored, like a sweater type coat. It was light. It was like a, I would say palomino color that had like little fur around the cuffs of the sleeves and a little fur collar. He rolled me around that damn mud. He wouldn't let me get up, and he didn't give a shit if he got dirty or not. He didn't care. Well, boys didn't care. So I had to get on a school bus, go back to school. I had mud all over me. Came home, got bitched at by my grandma, because I live with my grandma. Oh, what a mess that day. What a mess. And then the next day I went to school, and guess who was caught? I was caught. Wound up in the office with my friend Lori, Carmen, Kenny. There's some other girl there. I think her name was Beth. I don't know what her name is. I don't remember anymore. But wound up in the office, all of us. And then some other people, because it was the people who went to homeroom, signed in, and left. And they thought we were all together. Well, some of us were and some of us weren't. Oh my God. Talk about scared. This chick was scared. I was so scared. So scared. Anyway. It turned out okay, I guess. I'm still alive, telling my story. But they had called my grandma and they said that I didn't go to school. And my grandma was like, she rode the school bus. And I guess my grandma talked them into thinking that the teacher, because it's weird. We had homeroom, and then we had a class before lunch, and then 2 classes in the afternoon. Well, one of my 2 classes were study hall, and nobody ever checks on people in study hall. Okay, so I had a math class in the morning, and then I had some kind of like a, I don't even remember, human something class, I don't know. It's like philosophy or something, I don't know. But anyway, so my grandma talked them into thinking that I was there because my grandma said, well, she rode the school bus. My grandma was defending me. She didn't know that I skipped school until months later when I kept doing it as a habitual school skipper. I think I only went to school maybe 2 days a week, and I still made A's and B's because I was smart. I got that stuff stuck in my head, read it once, then forgot about it, and I was doing really good on my test. That's how I did it. If you talk to me about what's going on, you know, what I read, I'm like, huh, what? But on my test, I don't know. I was lucky I could, like, choose the right answers on the test. That's how I did it, but I was a real dumbass, to tell you the truth. Anyway, that was my skipping school story. I don't know if it was funny or not, but it wasn't funny when I was rolling around in that mud, and Kenny kept pushing me down in that mud. Not funny at all. Exciting adventures of skipping school. One day I will tell you about how I snuck in the Coliseum, because I used to hitchhike and go see concerts. No money, no nothing, no ride, just hitchhiking from Medina, Ohio out to, oh my God, what is it? Aurora, Ohio, to the Coliseum. Yeah, I got plenty of road stories to tell you about that. And I'll see you next mukbang if you choose to come back. Kind of keto-ish. It's just meat, cheese, and tomatoes. And I have Diet Mountain Dew, of course. You know that. Sponsor me, Pepsi. That'd be really great. Anyway, see you next mukbang if you choose to come back. Everybody's welcome. Thumbs up, thumbs down, trolls, comment, leave bad remarks. I don't care. And share, share, share. Subscribe, subscribe. I will see you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.